So I went up to St. Joe, and I worked with Luthez. Well, I didn't work with Luthez. He worked with me. He did whatever he felt like doing. The only thing that happened was Luthez in the dressing room said to me, he said, "Kid, I hear you're an amateur." I said, "Yes, sir, I am." I was always polite and respectful. He said, "Well, listen," he said, somewhere during this few minutes we're going to be out there, I'm going to slap you in the face." Little did I know at the time that he was doing a little test in the dressing room there. I said, "Well, Mr. Thez, if you slap me in the face, I'm going to slap you right back in the face." Ooh. I said, and he just kind of smirked and walked away. He never did slap me in the face. Luthez had ways to let you know he was there, and he did. But we had a match, and the next night I was in Waterloo, Iowa, and I wrestled Danny Hodge. So if anybody knows the history of Danny Hodge,
yeah.
Oh my God.
He'd crush an apple with his hand like it was nothing.
Oh my God. But Danny Hodge is one of the finest gentlemen that ever lived.
Oh, absolutely.
And he took really good care of me. He took really good care. He saw that I was green, and he took care of me.
Yeah, Danny Hodge is the only wrestler that old, well, probably the only wrestler ever to call me sir, which surprised the hell out of me.
And he's a wonderful guy. Yeah,
he's been having some really serious health issues. It's really sad for someone that nice to have to deal with it.
He's just a wonderful guy. So I got a treat. I got to be around these guys that I used to watch as a kid because they were still working. Right. They were still working, and for me, the first time I worked with Bobo Brazil was a superstar in the 60s and 70s. He was a big deal. And the first match I had with him was really a stinker. Because of me. And later he came up to me, he said, "Hey, kid," he said, "what's going on?" And this was after I was in the business for a couple of years. He said, "Man, they told me you were all right." And he says, "What the hell happened out there?" I said, "Well, I'm going to tell you what happened out there. What happened out there is you are Bobo Brazil. That's what happened out there." I said, "I was so intimidated by you, and not intimidated that I was going to get hurt, because I wouldn't let somebody hurt me. I said, but because I was in awe of you." So he said to me, "Well, let's cut that shit out for the next time we work." He said, "Come on, kid." And sure enough, we had other matches, and they were fantastic. But, here I was in the ring with Bobo Brazil. That's a big deal for me.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And he was in the ring as light as a feather. This guy was so light in the ring, sometimes you had to look to see if he was there.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So I got to live the dream. When I complain a little bit, my wife says, "Oh, slow down. Look what you got to do.
Absolutely.
You got to do what you wanted to do since you were a little kid. You made a living at it. I was lucky. I supported a family, and we always had a decent house, and we were able to buy a steak once a week, so that was not a problem. So she said, "Don't complain." She said, look what you got to do. And she's probably right.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure you'd do it all over again if you were able to go back.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jimmy. I would just be a better businessman, though. I see how the newer guys kind of market themselves and get out there. I mean, with social media, it's easier.
Right.
I mean, we never sold a picture. We always had pictures made, and you had them. And if somebody said, "Hey, can I get an autograph picture?" Sure.
Right.
It was a compliment to us that somebody would even ask. So we did that. There was no selling pictures, and to this day, I do some autograph shows, but I usually have whoever's running the show. They call me and say, "Would you like to appear?" And I say, "Well, yeah, I'm flattered yeah, I'll sure appear, but I'm not selling the pictures. I'm not selling the pictures. You can pay me to come there
right.
and appear, and I'll be a good appearance for you if the people are interested. But I just I'm flattered if somebody asks me for a picture. I mean, I still send them out on Facebook. Somebody asks me, geez, can I get a picture? Can I buy a picture? I say to them, no, you can't buy one. But if you give me an address, I'll get something out to you. So that's what I do.
Well, I'm sure you'll probably get that email from me. I probably have like 1,000 autographs. I love signatures.
Yeah. But I got, in all the times I was a fan, I got one single autograph, and it was from Miguel Perez, who at the time when I was watching was really, really a hot number in New York. He and Pedro were partners. Yeah. He and Rocco were partners. Miguel Perez was a big deal. I saw him wrestle in Asbury Park, New Jersey one night, and I was afraid to go up to him, and my cousin went up and said, Mr. Perez, could you sign an autograph for my cousin? And he signed the inside of a matchbook, and I think I still have that here. It was the only one I ever got. And I wound up working a main event with him in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was fun. So, a good life in the business, except for the broken body, and I wish I would have been a little smarter about the business side of it. But you know what? We did what we were told, and when you finished a territory, you went to another territory, and you just did what you were told. That's why Dennis Stamp sometimes had heat, because he would speak up and say, well, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why don't we do this? And, a promoter would say, I didn't ask you advice. I just asked you to do something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's how it was. It was great. It was a good life.
Sounds like it. Goodness, I got a frog in my throat. Sounds like it, Davey. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I had a great time talking with you.
Oh, well, it was my pleasure, and, you have a really good reputation, and that's why I didn't hesitate. So I thank you for inviting me. I'm flattered, I'm humbled, and, if anybody listens to it, well, thanks to all the people that still support us, and thanks to the fans that watch, because without the fans, no professional wrestling. That's how it is. So thank you again, Jimmy. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I try to keep a good show and a good reputation, so thanks for the good words. It was nice talking with you.
Okay. All right. Well, my pleasure. Take care, my friend.
All right. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Alrighty, guys. Actually, looks like we're going to be back. Should I get all these windows downsized? August 26th, of course, we have actor Greg Martin joining us. He's been in a lot of awesome movies, video games, and TV shows, including Inappropriate Comedy, Mortal Kombat Rebirth, Mama's Boy, and iCarly. And, of course, that's 16 days from now, but we might have some other shows coming up. Of course, I also just released episode 2 of Jimmy Falcon's True Grind podcast. And we were talking about the great molasses flood of 1919 that happened in Boston, Massachusetts. So if the creepy and the kooky, mysterious and spooky, or something that interests you, go ahead and check that out. It is at anchor.fm/Cloverleaf-radio. Alright, guys, we will see you later. Thanks as always for listening. Have a great night.